Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tafalarota. In this video, I would like to share with you my November favorites and speak a little bit about my card of the month, which was the same as Elise's from Wild Moon Tarot, um, and it was the Hanged Man. I wasn't really kind of bumped about it. I actually quite liked the feel of the Hanged Man. I think what it is, maybe, I'm turning 41 in a few days, and I think the older I get, the energy and the qualities that the hangman expresses through its archetype are becoming more and more familiar to me and easier to accept and easier to um, kind of do. So there's this action in non-action. And funny for me, the hangman card, like for Elise, it didn't mean that I felt stuck or I couldn't move, that I had some feeling of restriction and I couldn't get past it and it was uncomfortable and I had to sacrifice so much. It didn't really express itself for me in this way. Um, Rather, I think I loved the idea of the hangman representing the idea of not being in control or not trying to be so much in control of things. But we live in a society where action and striving and going for what you think should be yours, it's kind of encouraged a lot. And I think we get often caught up in this spiraling kind of active wave of things, whereas the hangman reminds us that there's often bigger swirls of uh, of plan, of like cosmic divine plan in action and in motion, and we just part like a little speck within this whole humongous currents we don't even understand very often. And it's often the periods when we let go of the control and allow the guidance to actually come through us, when we can realize what's going on and where we are and what stage we're actually approaching or letting go of. So these periods of quietude, when we feel a bit more, being a bit more isolated, or we don't really feel so much as going out. For example, I didn't feel much of like recording the videos, this aspect of not in control, of surrendering to the flow, allowing myself for the periods of quietude and periods of peaceful appreciation of non-doing. And the less I resisted, the less the stuff persisted. That's this approach of like not trying so hard that you constrict all your energy and you cannot kind of move forward anyway. um, and I noticed that I have actually stayed open, to new things during the hangman phase. I was very interested in tough system, like suddenly, also through watching Kelly's videos on geomancy. I will put the link below. I got so fascinated by the system as well. So the hangman, like, it's you turn your world upside down. Sometimes you come back to stuff you thought of before and never had time to do it. Sometimes, things that are important for you just will come through when you allow it to be. And this is like opening your head, to new knowledge. Often it's said about the hangman that it's like an initiation, a trial, when you kind of also have time to be reborn and turn upside down. It's connected to the heroes like Odin or Christ that would hanged on the tree. Also, sometimes it's called for humiliation, and some kind of humility in your being. When you hang upside down, sometimes you might be ridiculed for stuff you say or for stuff you think or for ways of being that are true to you, but maybe not appreciated by your neighbors, by your friends, and so on. So that's a period of hangman as well. I also felt particularly creative in the hangman phase. And that's interesting that when you allow your soul to, like sift through you, you do come to this amazing amount of abundance and creative force and power. And I keep creating, like, those beautiful tools that, and I say beautiful, like, I love what I do. So, some people will like it, some people won't. But for me, it just, I felt like I tune into something bigger than myself when I make the tools. And I was trying for some new things, something I haven't done before, which is cool. And I love this new hangman from the Marseille deck, when he's a little bit like hee hee, like this kind of sense of humor also, and allowing things to just be. What can you do? So definitely the muse have come. And what was interesting in all the client readings which I had during this month, the hangman card has come up really strongly. So that again is the truth, that the client readings very often reflect what's in us. And I found it very interesting that this hangman card was actually so prevalent and important for other people as well. So also when we speak about sacrifice, which often comes up with the hangman, what we maybe have to sacrifice is, like our ideas about how things should be, and actually pay attention to the way things really are, and respond with our presence and awareness of things and life how it is, and not constantly trying to shape it the way we think it should be. And it's interesting what happened to me, which actually literally was hangman. Hangman is connected to water element and to Neptune. And literally I had my water cut off. We are doing our bathroom renovation, so in a way I'm stuck with my mom, which is lovely. I love living with my mom. I have very good connection to her, and having fun, just being back in my childhood home. But also in a way I couldn't be at my place because there was no water. Everything is like ripped off, and we're waiting for our new bathroom to be created. So that's definitely November hangman in this way. Also, like as I said, the openness to new teachings, openness to new ways of understanding things, on some kind of astral travels and journeying, some shamanic understanding of things. I was very drawn to shamanic, like animal themed oracle decks especially, but I also worked with the Wild Unknown deck quite a lot. And so obviously, like, the bat is to also waiting for the right time to act. We know that Hanged Man, when you get it in a reading, it doesn't encourage you to rush into action. It's actually, if things feel like everything is upside down, just give yourself space and give yourself time for the things to come right again, and then act. And the bat always knows when to act. It's a night animal, so during the day the bat will sleep, and hang on the tree, and when the night hits, it's go off and does its thing. So in a way, Hangman was a great card to explore, and definitely didn't prove like an inactive card, because I have done quite a lot of stuff during this month. But from the Tarot of Transformation, let me just read you this one thing, because I love what it says. We don't realize that if ego stops doing, things can still get done. Being can act through us. And I found it so amazing, and such a great way to encourage each of us to act intact with our internal rhythm and our internal feelings. Let's not try to always fit ourselves into every draw, just to fit the social expectation. Perhaps what needs to be sacrificed are our ideas about how things should be. It's only when we allow ourselves to be in a don't know state that we can receive guidance. And obviously Hangman represents opportunity for deep spiritual work, letting go of ways that you've been conditioned to perceive things and discover something more magical. And I also wanted to share with you the little poem from Margarete Petersen. She calls the Hangman Trial, and she says, "A child born of the sun and the moon, and so it hangs, head down, the cord uncut, a mighty shaking at the roots. Evolutionary history is being looked at. Fire burns up passions and desire. Water cleanses and heals. Feeling without echo. Answers arise out of the very depths of our being, surrendering." So this is my November Hangman experience. I also, when I want to share with you my favorite decks, definitely it was Margarete Petersen deck. Love this deck. It's such an amazing healing to me. Beautiful, deeply spiritual, but like smart spirituality, the top shelf spirituality, not the fluffy everything is wonderful spirituality, just the honest real thing. So the Margarete Petersen for sure. I have been using a lot the Wild Unknown and the Spirit Animal decks. Also, of course, I haven't stopped using Tarot de Marseille. I really love it. I also used heaps every day, I think. I love this deck, my Tarot of Transformation deck. This is my internal conversational deck. Like I feel like I'm connecting to my higher self or my guardian angel or whatever. I feel like this deck speaks to me and answers my questions. So that's amazing. I also, as I said, got interested in Tabula Mundi Tarot and the Tough system. So I've been studying this one, but also the Magical Tarot of the Golden Dawn. I don't know if you know this deck. I trimmed it. It's got like big white borders. It's also tough based, and this one is in Polish. But I quite enjoy the simplicity of the artwork, and it's kind of, maybe it's not pretty to everyone, but I love it. So I have been also reading this book. It comes in a set, reading the book that comes with it and doing some magical practices with it, which was interesting. Also, the Ceccoli deck was used a lot this month, which I really enjoyed because I love this deck. Also, the Pagan Otherworlds Tarot, amazing deck. Love it. It's really beautiful, beautiful, fascinating, clear read. Very nice. As I said, I got interested in geomancy, so I started reading about it. I made myself little cards. They're not finished yet. I'm going to, add more information to it. But I was learning the figures, 16 figures of geomancy. So I am going to add to this. I also wanted to show you the new deck, which I got from a swap, and it's great for like magical readings. It's the Shades of Magic deck. I think for November favorites, that's it. There's new moon coming in Sagittarius, and I'm a Sagittarius as well. So my birthday's on the 29th, and I'm really excited about it. I love my birthdays. So I always celebrate with big ritual. I will do like a new year kind of thing because it's a new moon and a new solar return. So I definitely print my solar return chart. I will do like 12, the astrological reading for myself. I'm definitely going to explore myself on my birthday, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will get back to you soon. Happy new moon, and I speak to you very soon. Bye!